All right. Today, we're going to tear down something really interesting. It's a custom-built digital encyclopedia that does way more than just define words. Honestly, it's a masterclass in how belief systems are built and spread in the digital age. Let's get into it. So let's just start with this huge question. How do you organize an entire universe of ideas? I'm not just talking about a topic. I mean a complete worldview. Everything from the divine to the everyday. It's a massive challenge, right? Well, for one spiritual group called Lifechanyuan, the solution was to build this incredibly detailed online encyclopedia. But this is not your average Wikipedia. It's something way more sophisticated, as we're about to see. So our story here starts with a pretty recent announcement that popped up on the group's online forum. They were introducing their brand new knowledge base, the Lifechanyuan Encyclopedia. And right out of the gate, there's a really interesting hook. The announcement makes this really bold claim: 1 entry, 8 versions. Now, hold on a second. Why on earth would one single concept need 8 different explanations? That detail alone tells you we're not just dealing with simple definitions here. So yeah, what does 8 versions even mean? Is it like 8 different opinions, 8 different languages? This little puzzle is the key to understanding the whole system. And when you dig in, you find out that the 8 versions are actually 4 distinct versions, and each one comes in both Chinese and English. So 4 times 2, that's 8. And this isn't random at all. It's a very deliberate system made to speak to 4 totally different kinds of people. And this is where it gets really clever. You've got the friendly version, which is like a gentle on-ramp for anyone who's just curious. Then there's an academic version that gives it this air of scholarly credibility. And then you have the internal version. This one's the pure, unchangeable text, just for the true believers. So you see, this isn't just about user experience. It's a really smart way to control the story. And that is the absolute key right there. This structure, it isn't just to make things easier for the reader. No, it's a strategic system. It's designed to manage how you receive information, all based on who you are. Which brings us to the real heart of it all, what we can call an architecture of belief. See, this encyclopedia isn't just a pile of facts. It's a pathway. It's been carefully built to guide a person from being just a little curious all the way to becoming a committed follower. And you can see the strategy so clearly when you look at the language they use. For the outsider, it's all about making it relaxed and friendly, designed to let you walk in easily. It's an open door. But for the follower, the internal version is the original, with no deletions, no changes. One is for attracting people, and the other is for keeping them. So basically, what they've built is a controlled journey. It starts with this public welcome mat, but it leads you deeper and deeper into this protected inner circle of knowledge. And along the way, you get different levels of access and different ways of explaining things. Okay, so that raises the next big question, right? If the structure is this complicated, then what's the content? What kind of knowledge needs to be managed this carefully? So let's peek inside the encyclopedia, because the kinds of terms they choose to define, well, that gives us a direct map of their entire worldview. So when you look at their cosmology, their ideas about the universe, it's this wild mix of familiar and totally unique stuff. You see concepts everyone knows like God and Tao, but they're mixed in with these proprietary ideas like 36 dimensions and the celestial island archipelago. It's a really smart blend of legitimacy and exclusivity. And then you have all these terms related to the group's actual practices. Things like the second home, teachings from a figure called Guide Shuefeng, and big ideas like Civilization 3.0 and the 800 concepts for a new era human. This shows us it's a belief system with a very clear roadmap and a vision for the future. And get this isn't some small weekend project. The announcement says they already have over 330 pages published, covering more than 40 core concepts. I mean, that is a massive amount of work, which tells you just how important this thing is to them. So what's the big picture here? What this encyclopedia really is a powerful example of how modern digital tools are being used not just to share info, but to build and maintain entire worlds online. The biggest takeaway is that this is so much more than just a wiki. It's an engineered user journey, meticulously designed to move people from point A to point B on a path of belief that's already been laid out for them. When you break it down, the strategy is basically 4 steps. First, attract people with that easy, friendly on-ramp. Second, educate the ones who are more serious with academic-sounding stuff. Third, solidify the faith of your core followers with that pure, untouchable text. And fourth, the whole system lets the group control its message and its public image with incredible precision. It's a fascinating model. And all of this leaves us with a really big question, one that goes way beyond just this one group. In our world of algorithms and curated feeds, how much does the architecture of information, the way it's presented to us, end up shaping the architecture of our own beliefs? It's definitely something to think about.